So what I have here is the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 14, and based on the colors here, I think most of you guys already know which one is the iPhone 14 and which one is the iPhone 13, because in this year's iPhone 14 there's no pink color variant. So based on the outlook and even on the features, they are pretty similar. So is it worth upgrading to the iPhone 14? Let us start with the display first. Now on the display, both are having the same 6.1-inch form factor here, also a Super Retina XDR OLED display. Same notch on the top, unlike the iPhone 14 Pro series, there's the dynamic island that makes the notch more interesting. For the iPhone 14 here, it still has the same notch as the 13, as the 12 and 11 too. Display brightness is also the same from 800 nits to a peak brightness of 1200 nits. Still no 120Hz ProMotion as well on the 14. Internally, they are almost the same with the A15 Bionic chip. The only difference on the iPhone 14 here will be the 5-core GPU compared to the 4-core GPU on the iPhone 13, and also a larger 6GB RAM versus the 4GB RAM on the iPhone 13. Benchmark scores wise, not much different though. Apps loading wise, the iPhone 14 might be in a few seconds faster. So to be honest, if you are just a day-to-day user, the performance wise is really identical. And now coming to the cameras, you still have the same dual camera setup with 12MP wide angle and also a 12MP ultra wide angle lens. But there is a minor upgrade on the aperture. You got a larger 1.5 aperture compared to the 1.4 aperture on the iPhone 13, so you got a better low light capturing combining with the new photonic engine with the iPhone 14. Here's some sample shots with the wide and ultra wide angle, and you guys can comment down below what do you think on the photos here. On my opinion, on daylight photo, I can't really find any difference between them though. Now on the video side, there is more features added into the iPhone 14. We got the new action mode here. No doubt it's already pretty good on the iPhone 13 when it comes to the stabilization, but with the action mode, it really gone even smoother, as you can see in both of the footages here. But one thing for sure, you will lose some details with the action mode as it crops in using the 12MP lens when you turn it on. So in my opinion, I'll prefer not to turn it on unless it's really some extreme movements. Other than that, you now get to shoot 4K 30 frames per second on cinematic mode, which this is pretty cool. For the selfie cam, if you look close enough, the lens is actually larger on the iPhone 14 than the iPhone 13. And also this time it has a larger 1.9 aperture compared to the 2.2 on the iPhone 13. And also you got the new autofocus on the selfie camera for the iPhone 14. So with this new autofocus, you'll get a better focusing when you move closer to your subject, and also better night selfies. And here are the selfie photos for you to check it out. And guys, I'm not sure it's just me or you guys also noticed this. Both same selfie photos on the iPhone 14 and iPhone 13. The iPhone 13 turns out a little bit more warmer in colors. And if you really ask me, in my own opinion, I like the iPhone 14 color tone more. Aside from the SOS, another upgrade on the iPhone 14 will be the added crash detection. So this is another plus point for your safety measures. So yeah, I think that's probably it for the iPhone 14 versus the iPhone 13. And if you really ask me, is it worth to upgrade to the iPhone 14? Well, to my honest opinion, it depends on what phone are you currently holding. If you're holding the iPhone 13 currently, I would say just pass the iPhone 14 and wait for the iPhone 15 or so. Unless you want to upgrade to the iPhone 14 Pro, that's another whole story. However, if you're currently holding the iPhone 10, iPhone 11 like me, and also iPhone 12, or you are from an Android user, well, upgrading to the iPhone 14, you really can feel the upgrades, especially on the cameras and the performance. So since the iPhone 13 is still on the rack, well, if you want to save up 500 ringgit, I would suggest you to go for the iPhone 13. Even the cover casing for the iPhone 14 and MagSafe leather wallet can be used on the iPhone 13 too. And that's probably it from my opinion. And just let me know what you think about the iPhone 14 in the comments below, and also let me know what did I miss during this review, during this video in the comments below. I'm Joshua C. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao!